Hello, it's Ruby, and today I'm going to be telling you how you can stay on top of your homework. Coming up to a new year of school, this is the perfect time to adjust your homework schedule so that you can get on top of everything and so that you don't fall behind. I've got a few tips for you which will hopefully mean that all of your homework goes well this next year. Number one is to make a homework schedule, which I realise is pretty self-explanatory and you would expect for me to say. What I recommend you doing is waiting until the second week of school to make it. During the first week, make a note of whenever you are given homework, because usually a teacher will have a certain lesson in which they prefer to assign the work. And if you want, you can even talk to your teachers and ask them whether they are going to be consistently setting the work on one day. Or whether it might sometimes be the Tuesday and sometimes the Thursday. Also make a note of how long you're supposed to be spending on each piece. However, I wouldn't recommend making a homework schedule where you say from 5 to 6 every Tuesday night I'm going to be doing maths prep, because I don't actually think that it's that effective. Instead, I just recommend you writing down all of the pieces that you are going to be getting that night. It's more about knowing how much that you are going to have to do that evening. And I would recommend doing everything on the night. Now the second tip, however, is to save projects for the weekend. Projects and revision for tests, I feel, are more effective to be done when you have a lot more time. Concentrate on getting all of the smaller pieces of homework done during the week. However, if you have a massive geography project, it's not going to be logical to do that in the evening. You're going to end up neglecting all of your other pieces. If you spend 6 hours doing this one geography project, you might end up not doing your history homework and not doing your English homework, which will lead to you getting behind on your homework. On the night that you are set a big project, I just recommend you writing a list and saying everything that you need to do for it. If you break it up into subsections, not only are you going to be prepared for the weekend, but it's also a lot less daunting. Having many smaller tasks means that you're more likely to get it done, you're not going to procrastinate, and ultimately it's going to be ready to hand in on the day that it is due. Tip number 3 is to not relax and have your recreation time until you are finished with all of your homework. Once you get started watching a TV programme, it's really easy to just keep on watching them, and you won't have this level of procrastination if you get all of your homework done as soon as you get in. If you are really tired when you get in from school, you can do what I do, which is just waiting until 5 to start your homework and then working until you are finished. This just means that you have a small window between school and homework, but make sure that this is regimented and you don't sway over it. If you see it as a concrete boundary, every night I start homework at 5, you're more likely to stick to it and you're not going to end up procrastinating and not doing any homework. I've actually got loads of tips for avoiding procrastination, so if this is an issue for you and it's a video you'd like to see, then do tell me in the comments and I will try and get one filmed. Number 4 is to have a homework folder. Have one for the pieces that you need to do and another for the pieces that you have done. This acts as a visual aid, because when you look in your homework folder and you see lots of pieces of paper, you know that you are behind and you need to catch up. And even if you don't have a worksheet, just write down on a small scrap of paper that I need to make a PowerPoint and slip this in the folder, so at least you have some sort of visual aid so you can see that you still have work. Number 5 is to keep a detailed log of your homework. Pieces of homework set, pieces of homework completed, pieces of homework handed in, and pieces of homework still to complete. This is a really easy way of just seeing how on top of your homework you are. Number 6 is quite similar, and this is to keep a due date planner. So you can print off planning sheets from pretty much anywhere, just A4 calendar sheets, and use this to just put in all of the due dates for your pieces of homework. As soon as you complete a piece of homework, just highlight it on your calendar, and then you can easily see which pieces you still need to complete. The 6th thing is to prioritise. You need to make sure that you are putting the pieces of homework that you have due in for tomorrow ahead of those that are due in for 3 weeks' time. Number 7 is, if you're getting stressed, it's really important that you actually leave the homework and you come back to it when you're in a better frame of mind. Or if you're finding the homework really tricky, going and seeing your teacher the next day and then coming back to it the following evening. If you spend too much time worrying over one piece of homework, you're going to neglect your other pieces and you're going to end up falling behind on your work. And finally, number 8, if you have no homework, write notes. I know it's really easy to get home and think, oh, I have no homework, I can just go and relax, but at least spend maybe 1 or 2 hours writing up revision notes. It's going to save you time later on. During exam period, I usually find that you get a lot more homework and you've also got to be revising at the same time. If you've done your revision notes ahead of time, it means that you're going to be less stressed and you're not going to fall behind when you've got your revision and homework all at once piling up. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed and I hope that you found this video helpful. Hopefully it will help you to stay on top of all of your homework this year. So thank you again and have a productive week.